see it here first, people. This is the Alexa 35 base model with the operator set, PL mount, and lifetime premium license before it's been released. That's a joke. What's funny about all of this is I had written down all your questions. People sent in questions about my experience with the Alexa 35. I actually recorded a whole bunch of answers to those questions. As I was editing some of those questions and answers, I see Arri dropped the Alexa 35 base model. Pretty huge news. Now, I'm not someone who's mad at Arri for doing that. I am a proud Alexa 35 owner, and now I apparently have an Alexa 35 with a lifetime premium license because I bought this in March of 2024. I can't complain, and I actually love the decision. This will get more people into the Arri ecosystem. I love the fact that for around $50,000, which is a lot cheaper than I paid for this, it gets you in the door. And yes, it's $50,000, which is a lot of money to almost everybody in this country. But for the things that we do in capturing high-end sports cinema stuff, that's really cool because it's an entry into this world. So I joked, of course, because I've added the operator set, I've added the PL mount, of course, have the premium license, and I can do everything on this camera that it's capable of because it wasn't a thing before. I'm excited for the announcement. I still want to answer your questions, some of which are kind of irrelevant at this point, because there is now a different base model to buy into. Over the past 11 months of owning this camera, since I bought it directly through Arri, I've had a couple phone calls with Arri on the things that I use and the things that I don't use. And so they did this to a lot of owner-operators and rental houses. And it's through that feedback that they came up with this Alexa 35 base model. And it makes total sense. On those phone calls, I was telling them, I have no need for anamorphic. I have no need for OpenGate. I have no need for Arri Raw. I have it all, but I have no need for it. So I essentially paid for it and didn't really need it. And that's what's cool about the new base model. If you don't need Arri Raw, you don't pay for it. If you don't need 120 frames, you don't pay for it. And if you do get a job that requires 120 frames or anamorphic, Arri Raw, you just add those at a weekly, monthly, yearly basis or lifetime basis. I just click all those boxes on Arri's website and I get a price for a weekly rental or a yearly rental, however long that project's going to be. And I could easily just add it as a line item on my rental invoice when this camera is being rented. It's not that hard. Am I going to sell this and buy a base model? No. At this point, there's not really any need to go back. I have what equates to now a $20,000 lifetime license on this camera, and I'll keep that. But for the people who are still in the market for Alexa 35s, things got a lot cheaper, which is great. The only license that I could see myself buying if I had to start over today would be the 120 frames per second lifetime license, which today is about $4,700 US. It's a give and take. I am not mad at Arri for doing this. In a weird way, I feel like I helped contribute to this and get more people in the door because of some of the feedback I gave Arri after buying this camera. So I'm not mad. I love it. Go out and buy yourself a base model and build it up as you go. I'm super excited for that. I also want to answer all those questions you sent in, so stick around for the next episode where I actually answer all those questions about my experience with the Alexa 35.